Hey, this is Adam Post, publisher of College of the Dead, publisher of more than 1,000 comic books, former executive board member of Platinum Studios, the company that made the film Cowboys and Aliens based on a comic. Pretty cool. So what's going on here? We're talking about Batwoman losing 100,000 viewers on her show in week 5. Is she getting woke? Is she getting broke? She is woke. She might be going broke. We're going to get into it. The first thing I need you to do is definitely subscribe to the channel. It's a big help to me. I really appreciate you. Also, click the bell for notifications. All right. Now let's go ahead and get into this. So this comes from Cosmic Book News. This is a really good source. I like these guys. They love to haunt and chase the DC shows and always have an article like right away as soon as something terrible is happening. And something terrible is happening. Between Batwoman and Supergirl, they've lost 300,000 viewers with week 5 of their series. So let's go on and get some more details. So similar to HBO's Watchmen, things are continuing to not look good for Batwoman and Supergirl. Both shows suffered a series low in terms of viewership for this past Sunday's week 5 episodes. And this is Watchmen. They had an article recently on Watchmen as well. Watchmen lost 200,000 viewers from the first episode to the second episode, and that was over their controversial racism stuff and their hate stuff and all the social justice junk that they're putting into it. They're basically ruining the show. You knew that already, probably. Anyway, so Batwoman plummeted from 1.26 million people in week 4 to only 1.16 million in week 5, a loss of 100,000 viewers. That's a lot of viewers. It really is, almost 10%. Likewise, Supergirl only saw 810,000 fans tune in, while previous episode had 980,000, a drop of over 17%, with 170,000 fans choosing not to tune in live. That's a lot. That's a lot to lose. It's from 4 to 5, week 4 to week 5. That's a lot. Combined, it's almost 300,000 fans not tuning in, with a drop of 270,000 fans. The ratings in the advertiser coveted 18 to 49 demographic have been consistent. So that is good. That is what you want. Those guys are good sources of revenue for advertisers because people 18 to 49 tend to spend money. They're good consumers. But they are low with Batwoman Sunday episode coming in at 0.3 and Supergirl at 0.2. So they have some valuable advertising demos, but not a lot. So fans are just really not tuning into Batwoman and Supergirl. The CW network claims that both shows get a big boost when DVR and streaming views are factored in over a 7-day period. If the trend continues and ratings and viewership continue to plummet, though, for live TV, how can the show survive? Well, a way they can survive is this brand new trick they have, streaming. So they can move the shows ultimately to streaming or claim that they'll do them at a loss. They already have a loss, but a further loss to subsidize them, to move them over to streaming their HBO Max. HBO Max is HBO's new streaming service. They're going to be very aggressive pushing it. They just spent $500 million for the rights to South Park to stream on HBO Max exclusively. So they're going to spend a lot of money, and they need content. So that's where this stuff will probably wind up. Instead, they could just produce good shows. I mean, that they could also just do that, but too easy. They don't want to do that. They want their social justice warrior shows. So regarding Arrow and Flash, those are doing okay. The Flash's numbers actually went up, and Arrow is pretty much the same. Watchmen, as we said, is not doing well, and hopefully they'll continue to tank and they'll stop the show and just not go back to it until they have a good show. This weekend, Terminator Dark Fate, which was an SJW third wave feminist version of the Terminator, completely tanked at the box office. They're going to lose at least $120 million. According to Hollywood Reporter. We have another video on that you can check out. It's pretty extensive. They had James Cameron. They had Arnold Schwarzenegger. What are you doing? Why you ruin this movie? No, but he was behind it. He was part of what helped ruin it. And Linda Hamilton. I don't do any Linda Hamilton impressions, Going, Arnold Schwarzenegger's pretty good. The Witcher showrunner also was after the author because he's calling out here the fan concern and possibility that Henry Cavill will be replaced by the female characters, which they probably will. See what happens. Yeah, the Hollywood agenda that they're citing here, they're very big on the social justice stuff. They don't care what it does to ratings. That's their priority. They want to push their propaganda. As far as the stories go, if the stories don't serve their propaganda, they have no interest in it. And it used to be these guys would really be very concerned about ratings and money. Not anymore. They're concerned about getting their agenda across. That's how I see it. Tell me what you think in the comments. Do you think they will continue these shows if they are not successful, if the ratings continue to fall and just subsidize them for their streaming? Or do you think they'll cancel them and try to reboot them and make good shows out of them, maybe make them interesting, and maybe have their propaganda be in themes, but not like have the story have to constantly only be worked towards their propaganda? Tell me what you think. I'd be curious to hear. All right. I'll see you in another video soon.